I don't think he's the chef here.
No, he probably wasn't supposed to be in here.
Ignore it.
I don't think I can. I couldn't ignore that.
You don't want to get in the middle of Pardis and his job. Stay out of it.
He's the one that wanted introductions, actually.
There's a not insignificant chance that he's here from me.
Considering he went into the kitchen, I'm guessing that he's going for Lun.
Yes, let's distract him, shall we? Keep him from going into the kitchen.
Do not get involved.
Why?
Because we'll die.
Yes, you don't want to be...
Dead.
You don't want to be the barrier between a cat witcher and a job.
You're right, I don't.
I also don't want to see a man, a grieving father, dead in his own business.
Well, he won't be grieving anymore, now would he?
You know the saying about how you need to avoid a cure that's worse than the ailment? This is, I think this is a pretty ample instance.
Lun enters further into the room, and he says, as he's dragging his stuff, he goes, "Yo, folks, all right."
I had a question about the rooms, and I'll just try to distract him a little bit. And
of course, yeah.
I'll play up like the persnickety tourist kind of thing. Just try to delay him.
Sure, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, I'm just just chatter on at him.
Yeah, Mari, go ahead and give me a. Let's go with a persuasion check here to see if he'll stop and chat with you.
Just ask about slow color and all that. Bad
Opheia
luck.
is going to walk over to the fireplace, grab a log and chuck it onto the rug.
All right.
God damn it.
Well, as Mare's persuasion check passes, and Lun is like, "Oh yeah, sure, I can chat for a second." Opheia's throwing of a burning log onto the onto the carpet. He goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" He's going to attempt to extinguish.
Sorry, I'm. Sorry, it must have been female hysterics. I apologize.
Put out the fire.
You know how us Druid folk are. Let me go fetch some water from the kitchen.
No. You are not.
You're right. I can't hear it myself. Come with me.
No.
Casper.
He bars you from the door.
As I'm helping Lun put up the fire, it's like, you need to run now.
What are you talking about?
Run.
What's going on here? No, I'm not going anywhere till you explain what's going on. I've not maybe.
There's someone in your kitchen who's not.
Yeah, I know.
There.
What are you talking about? Enzo's back there right now. He's cooking up getting tomorrow's breakfast going.
I just shake my head.
Somebody could kill you, mate.
Go spend the night with friends.
You are a strange folk. I don't understand. I'm gonna have you both go ahead and give me persuasion checks, unless you want to do that a different way.
I'll do persuasion.
I'll do persuasion. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here! Damn it!
Oh, pretty good.
Damn it!
Yeah.
So
It's a half success. Yeah, you both. Yeah. He goes, I don't. You can see he's like startled now. He's like, what's going on? Like, hey, Hector, come over here. What's going on? Like, who are you people? What are you doing? You're trying to burn down my inn, and now you're telling me there's someone. What's going on?
I don't know why she put the log in the rug. That I don't have no idea about. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know either. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
It's best if you don't know. Just walk out the front door. Leave the stuff on the rug. Just go. Take a walk. Preferably a short one to somewhere well lit and with a lock on the door.
All right. I mean, I'm going to. Here, Hector, help me check the place out.
Opheia,
He's gonna
if
start.
I can't convince you to not get involved, do not interact with him. He will kill you. Not might. Not can. He will kill you. I don't want that to happen.
Interesting company you keep.
You keep the same kind of company.
Starting to think better of it. I guess Sophia's gonna come up and offer
We
some
should vacate.
sincere apologies.
We should leave. Now.
So we probably shouldn't stay here then. What a waste of money.
I mean, we already stayed the night. We were
I
paying
was
that night
hoping we
anyway.
could, I was hoping we could, like, I don't know, just get the whole building out, but I didn't think that was just a panic reaction.
You think it's,
I don't think burning down an inn
I'll
would
ask-
have actually been a
I'll ask
good
Casper,
idea.
do you think it's safe to stay here tonight?
Casper. So, as this is all happening quite rapidly, your recollection of Pardis begins to kind of come back. It's been quite a while, years since you have seen him at least. Your recollection of him is not necessarily one of fondness. He was never particularly affectionate towards you, but he was an upperclassman essentially, or whatever you would call the equivalency. He was slightly older and from an earlier batch, I guess, and he also
litter.
struggled with the trial of the grasses quite a lot, and so he was also kind of seen as the runt of his kind of peers. And so, while he was never friendly, the interactions you did have with him were almost sort of brotherly. He was almost sort of like, not like a mentor, but he was one of the ones that was not outright cruel to you most of the time. He
Appear.
Solidarity.
Yeah, he often, I don't know, almost treated you with something akin to kindness when you were traveling together with the Catwitchers many years prior. You haven't seen him in many years, maybe even a decade. Many of the other Witchers have been scattered across the continent and don't necessarily keep in contact. But your memories of him are of kind of cold professionalism, wanting to kind of prove himself against his other classmen. And yeah, sometimes something almost akin to kindness towards you, or at least not outright cruelty.
I don't believe that he'll fight me. I don't know what he would do to you all. I know what I would do if a former student of mine got in the way of the hunt and their party got in the way of a hunt. I would not be pleased. I don't know if I can talk to him. It's one thing about cat witchers is that we're not exactly predictable. I don't want him to get the wrong idea from you lot.
What is the wrong idea about us?
That you're trying to hinder a job or take it.
Just
There's
didn't
a lot
want
of
to
things
see.
we
I
look
just
like, but I
didn't
don't
want to
think
see
it's
him die in front of me.
Just don't get involved. Now would be a bad time to start giving a shit about other people if somebody paid to have him dead. Well, I at least know that Pardis will give him a quick one.
You hear a scream out behind the inn. Sounds like a woman's voice. A wailing, high-pitched wail.
Was he here to kill the prostitute? I start running.
Can I do an awareness to find a direction?
Is it coming from the bathhouse?
You can all tell. It's like the door out, presumably behind the kitchen area.
If you all insist on being involved, I will go first, all right?
Why don't you just go and tell us who it was? Because there's nothing we can do now.
I don't even know which way.
Yeah, either through this door or this
I had
door.
trouble spinning direction.
Oh, I found it. Yeah. Oh, let's go. You guys are behind me, right? Hey, what the hell?
Oh, it was Enzo.
You guys in the other door. Oh.
As you exit out of the back door of the kitchen. Oh, Kilton, here you go. As you exit out the back door of the kitchen, you see Florence. You see kind of a pack of, or not a pack, but her her cigarette rolling pouch of tobacco and rolling papers kind of scattered across the ground. Appears as though she had exited to have a smoke. And you see the body of Enzo, who appears to have encountered Pardis in some capacity. Everyone go ahead and give me a medicine check. Who's looking and would like to.
First aid, you mean?
Yeah, whatever. Whatever they
Tiny brain.
Yeah.
This fucking system.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
Opheia, 13 on fumble is not bad, though.
That's something I... Yeah,
Is there
but
a Dr. House
been
in
nice to
the
get more.
house? Anywhere?
I don't want Dr. House near me.
All right, Mare, and actually, Mare, you're the only one who is able to discern this on first glance. Casper, you get Casper, you looking at the body of Enzo can see that he was killed quite brutally and quite quickly, but it's hard to discern exactly what injuries he might have sustained. His body is quite bloodied. Kilton and Opheia, you're not really able to discern more than just he's kind of quite bloodied and not alive any longer. Mare, with an 18, you are able to succeed. You see that Enzo, who appeared to be the cook out, presumably also getting a smoke break here, seemed to have maybe attempted to stop Pardis from either entering or exiting. And it appears as though he was slain with 3 quick blows. It seems as though you can see directly that the first strike went to his femur and shattered his right leg, and then a second blow appears to be like a fist blow, went to the side of his skull, kind of crushing in his face. And then the final blow seems to have been like almost Bane style, breaking him over a knee. His spine is like kind of broken in half as his body is kind of mangled and twisted.
Efficient as always.
Brutal. Did you
There
see
are
him
no
go
sword-
anywhere?
It does appear to all be hand to hand. It doesn't. There's no blade strikes or anything on him.
Asked Lawrence, did you see who did this?
No, I just came out for a smoke and I saw him there. Some of the other staff are going to come out now as they hear what's going on.
I think. Oh,
I am. I only have 1 level in it, but I want to use. I want to use one of my Druid skills, which is read nature.
Ooh.
Nice.
What does that do? What did you tell us?
Read. Oh man, which it's like a very comic booky type thing where I could just read what it says, which is that I can look at if I'm in an outdoor natural area, which this kind of is. I guess it depends on how you define creature. I don't know if humans. I count a human as a creature, but I'll let other people interpret this.
I would say
but
so.
I
Yeah.
could, okay. Yeah, I
You're
could just
all
know what
creature.
happened in the last week in this very localized area. I don't know anything outside of this spot that I'm focusing on.
Yeah.
But I can
So,
figure out specific things that happened.
and how does Opheia kind of tap into this? What is the kind of magical effect that Opheia uses to achieve this?
Oh, I would assume this is just very woo-woo. But she just gets really low to the ground and just closes her eyes and just lets the wind pour through her and just sort of shuts off her senses and just can just hear just this screaming voice that she thinks is the planet, like just fluctuating in volume, just all sorts of extremely specific sounds, like so detailed to the point that like she could tell if someone is stepping off their left foot or their right foot sometimes. It's just these events that come to her.
Opheia, as you tap into this feeling, this vibration of the planet, of the ground around you, it's an interesting experience, kind of feeling the impacts of people's footprints as they step, maybe heavier on the right side from an old injury or something being dropped upon the ground from someone's pocket. And you're able to kind of visualize this space in time. It's kind of almost like looking through a haze, and the last couple of days are the clearest, and you can see maybe 5 or 6 or 7 days back, but they become hazier and hazier as you do so. And so those first few days of what has happened here in this small courtyard behind the Weary Traveler Inn is pretty clear. You see many of the same familiar faces, the same familiar footprints in the ground. You see the employees that work here, occasionally Lund coming and going out the back door, the cook and the prostitutes stepping out for a smoke break. Although they probably could smoke inside because it's the Middle Ages, but they have very strict smoking rules here. And
They don't want the inn to burn down, so they can't smoke inside.
They've had too many incidents with people throwing things on the rug that are burning, so they've decided that there's no smoking in the inn.
Covered in pock marks already.
Yeah, I would have been just like, not again.
Not again. I just had that rug repaired.
For whatever reason, they like to just come out here and hang out where there's not customers, right? That's probably the main thing, is like they can come out and talk to their coworkers and have a smoke and whatever and not have to deal with the bullshit that customers give them. You see the many familiar faces coming and going here.
Getting shoot off.
And then you also see the most recent of heavier footprints, ones that are calculated, predatory. They are in line. They're not a wide, meandering stance. They are impactful. They are purposeful, and they know exactly where they are going. You feel these haven't been here before in the last week. They are fresh, they are new, and they are distinctive. This was Pardis's trail, as he seems to have kind of initially come over through some of the brush in the side of the building here, leapt this short stone wall that's maybe 4 feet tall, and then headed into the inn where you had your encounter with him. It seems as though in that time Enzo had come out to have a smoke break and maybe relieve himself in the bushes. As Pardis was coming out of the inn, he encountered Enzo, who perhaps was questioning or slowing down Pardis's mission or intention. Pardis barely broke stride, but you can see the calculated foot strikes, the footwork being done as he efficiently, almost thoughtlessly, slew Enzo before continuing on his path, seemingly out the main exit here and towards the river.
Enzo wasn't the target.
Obviously.
How many people are acceptable collateral for this man? We just let him get away with it?
Why not? The more people who get in his way, the more people will die.
I hate how sound that logic is. Who do you think it is? Do you think it's Lund?
I don't care. If I'm being honest.
Casper, I'm going to have you give me a tactics check. I'm going to give you a +2 because you are familiar to some extent with Pardis and how he might work.
Yeah, +2. 20.
Very nice. Your best guess from your recollections of how Pardis has operated in the past is that this was a calculated business choice, essentially, to more or less say, stay off the turf I'm working on. Like, it was kind of a like, hey, we're both here. Like, I'm working. Don't get in my way.
Yeah, I've probably done the same thing in the past.
Right, because you would also recognize, right, like it's hard to know if someone else is working a job sometimes. Like, it's easy to unintentionally cross paths with people. You've done it. Every Witcher probably has at some point where someone else has also taken a similar job or the same job and you both get to a point where it is uncomfortable because you have both invested time and effort and blood, sweat, and tears into it. And that is essentially what Pardis was conveying to you. that.
The fact that he didn't try to fight me over perceived taking of his job proves that he still has some fondness for me, so that's nice.
What is his job, though? We're here to find missing children, not do an assassination attempt.
And then we don't get involved. Obviously, it has nothing to do with the children, so it doesn't matter to us.
What if he thinks it does, though, and makes it our problem?
I'll set him straight. This was a warning for me. We stay out of his way. He stays out of ours. If we happen to cross paths again, I may be able to talk to him.
With any luck, he'll be after the election and can go soften it up for us.
Yes,
Casper,
possibly. What?
Casper, is one of us the target?
Would there be any way that I could ascertain that?
Or Mara or Gilton?
I mean, give us a deduction check. Honestly, you could all do this one probably.
So I have
Sure.
there's a non-zero chance that this guy's here after me.
God, Mari, not everything's about
I
It's
wrote it
probably
in my
not
back.
after me. Hopefully.
That's
fun
22,
times.
boss.
I have
19.
one debt, but it is out of this country's jurisdiction. So
My nephew canonically wants me dead, so
For one reason or another, I'm, I guess, the only person who doesn't have a hit out on them.
Oh,
me
no,
and
not
Hilton.
me. Not
Yeah.
me. I just thought God knows how not everything's in the backstory, you stupid slut. Sometimes
yeah, not everything's
new
in the
things
backstory.
happen.
Sometimes things happen that we're not aware of.
Ideally, the
true.
most interesting things to ever happen to me have not happened yet.
Do you think they do that? GMs would do that? Go into a story and tell something new?
Heaven forbid.
Fucking hope
Gyms
so.
might do that, yeah. Casper, you think through the process of what happened. The fact that he effectively snuck past all of you and announced himself. It doesn't really track to you that he's probably after one of the group, in that if he knew you were here before you knew he was here, he probably could have struck at night when you were all sleeping if he was after somebody in the group. He was more or less making a statement to you, Casper, that you're working the same job in some capacity.
No, none of you are the target.
That makes sense. None of us noticed him. He could have just killed the target if it was one of us.
Where's Julian?
Oh, shit. I run back inside.
Me too.
I guess I go with.
Run.
Go upstairs.
Our idiot!
Our idiot employer. Go upstairs.
Yeah. Here, let's see how. Where did Opheia?
Token collide.
I'll drag you that guy's there. So
Listen for the sounds of a whore moaning.
Oh God, I'd rather not.
yes, that is what you hear behind this
Neither
door.
mind is going that loud.
All right, well, it sounds like he's fine.
He's fine. Our paycheck is fine.
Two very theatrical sounds of adults fucking in that room. Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm good. I'm gonna march downstairs, grab my midnight brie, and go to bed.
Your night cheese.
I would also like
I'm
to
gonna
go
grab my
to
night
bed,
cheese and I'm
please.
gonna go to bed and I'm gonna stress stream about a fucking assassin.
Casper's gonna sit. I think Casper's gonna sit out for a second. He's gonna maybe see if See if he comes back. Pardis.
I'm actually also going to bed. I would normally follow you and chastise you, but it's bedtime.
You fucker.
All right, Mare, you had paid for a decent room, so you're all able to see. Presumably. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to lock you in that room.
No!
Let me
I'm out! I
All right,
haven't
yeah,
done my skincare routine!
it is getting late. You have had your fair share of excitement for the evening. The rest of you settle in for the evening to the sounds of Julian and the prostitute down the
damn
hallway.
Damn it.
How much money do you have left, fucker?
He's been saving it. Casper,
This is what he saves it for. Is for whores.
Ugh. What a prick.
What a prick.
Casper,
Love him.
you
Probably-
settle into
Probably
the
talking himself into a discount.
quiet room. There's pretty much no one else down here. At this point, you start to hear outside the sound of town guards beginning to show up, despite it being late, as they begin to kind of start investigating what happened to Enzo. The rest of the staff have kind of cleared off for the night and gone home or are getting questioned. You see Lun kind of slumps into a nearby chair, as he kind of under his breath is like, just let me know if there's anything you need. And so it's a quiet evening down here. You can sit up as long as you want. Oh, that guy should go away. He's not supposed to be here anymore. With that, Casper, any last things what are you thinking about as you sit here, Casper?
I think Casper is thinking about if he's gone soft.
Oh, boo.
There's a part of him that is kind of thinking about Cardis and just like how they were essentially the same person in a lot of ways.
Very similar, yeah.
And they had a kinship. And despite like not really seeing him as a threat to him, he was still immediately like clocked him as a threat to his party in a way that he might not have even cared about before. And he's kind of feeling like a rift between him and I guess the other cat witchers in his mind.
And Opheia, what are you thinking about as you settle in for the night across the room from Kilton?
I'm thinking about how far I would go to help out a stranger, because that's kind of been Opheia's whole shtick as a druid, is that you have to help out people even if they're not very nice to you. You don't have to be like a nice in attitude or like kind, but you do have to help people. That's how like you make a living or get a free meal, essentially. But also just sort of becomes second nature in a lot of ways for her. And I think right now I'm just thinking, am I gonna put my life on the line here? Yeah.
Kilton, as you settle into the fairly comfortable kind of feather mattress here of the weary traveler, what are you thinking about?
Just glad to have a bed that isn't made of straw or the bedroll on the ground, and hoping that guy doesn't come back and murder us in our sleep, because that would be very bad.
That would be pretty bad. Yeah.
Anyway, good night. I say it out loud to Opheia. I hope that guy doesn't come back and murder us in our sleep. Anyway, good night.
Good night.
I think in a separate room.
We're literally
Opheia
right
and
next
Kelton
to
are
each
sharing,
other.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can see Opheia with my
Okay.
eyes.
I don't know. I thought that Opheia and Mario would share, and
And
then,
then I wake
fucking...
up and I'm in the camp again. I also thought that, but we are not doing that apparently.
Apparently, you sleep in a tree. I don't know.
I sleep on the
I
roof
sleep
like a
in the
cat.
nude with only a plate of cheese covering the unmentionables. My night cheese. No,
The episode
obviously
title
not.
has to be.
Night cheese.
Yeah.
You meditate. You meditate.
Night cheese.
Mara, you settle into the
No,
room.
I'll go up to, after a while, I will just go up to sleep. Is there another bed?
Yes.
I got 2 rooms, so I guess we're sharing.
Yeah, either you can, Mara, you can take that room for yourself, or you can, basically share, and or Casper can put a bedroll down, or there's probably like a trundle bed type thing, like a rollout.
Trundle bed.
Yeah, like one of those like
I
rollout
did
bed
pay for
things.
the room. I'm gonna sleep in the bed. Any sign of him?
No.
Good. Help me with this contraption I'm making.
What?
I'm gonna take this dinner bell, I guess, that's on the table, and rig take some like thread and make like a bell up.
Little
Make it
alarm
so
bell.
make it so the bell will chime if someone pushes the door open. Like
I don't see
have
why
it just
you
high
need
enough.
my...
Yeah, little trap,
I don't...
trap
Why would you need
door
my help? Oh,
bell entry
you
thing.
can't reach the top of the door.
I can't reach the top of the door.
Yeah.
I need
Go
you
ahead
to
and
put
give
a
me
nail there and a nail there.
a crafting check.
It pains me to say this, but I can't reach the top of the door.
Me and my, or just me?
Whoever's putting the bell up.
That'd be me then.
You. I'm just telling you the idea. I'm making you do it.
It's easy enough to build. I mean, yeah, you're just hanging it up so it rings if the door opens. So easy enough. You were able to tack it up there.
Why aren't you sharing a room with Opheia?
I don't know. For some reason, she and Kelton crashed in the same room.
You guys can swap rooms all you want. That's where people
this is
ended up.
funnier.
I'm going to sleep. Good night.
It was dark, and that was the first doorknob that I found.
Casper does not ask. He simply takes his armor off and goes to sleep.
I don't give a shit either.
Sleep is sleep.
Sleep is sleep.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
It's only weird if you make it weird, and I'm too annoyed and too tired to make it weird.
All right, Mari, did you have any final thoughts for the evening?
I'm just thinking, witchers are terrifying. Casper was the first witcher she ever met, and then the Griffins were the second group of witchers she ever met. To meet another cat is another thing entirely, and it's expanding her perceptions.
And that was one of the good ones.
Or it's diversifying her perceptions on them. It's good data. Terrifying data. Good data. Spares a brief thought to whether or not her nephew could afford to hire a witcher to kill her, then goes to sleep. Probably not. He's rich, not that rich.
Not a good one, anyway.
That's it. Just good data.
Well, as you all settle in for an uneasy night of sleep, you drift off. Your body's weary from traveling on the road and full of cheese and beer and cheese.
Cheese dreams.
Tomorrow, who knows what might come. You have some more leads to follow up within Saints Crossing, as well as in continuing your investigation into these missing children and the areas surrounding. So we will pick up there next time.
Yay!
Yay!